Imagine standing on the battlefield where the fate of civilizations was decided. Moments when small armies defied empires, when brilliant generals reshaped continents, and when blood, fire, and courage wrote the story of humanity. Today, we reveal the 10 greatest battles in world history, turning points that changed nations and determined the world we live in today. Welcome to Epic Timeline Events, where history's most epic moments come alive. Stay with us until the end because each battle is more dramatic than the last, and the final one might surprise you. A tiny Greek army faces the largest empire in the world and somehow triumphs. The Battle of Marathon, year 490 BCE. The Persian Empire sends tens of thousands to crush Athens, but the disciplined Greek phalanx stands firm. Against impossible odds, the Athenians strike a victory so powerful it stops Persia's advance into Europe. From this moment, Western civilization takes a very different path. One young king dares to challenge an empire that spans the horizon. The Battle of Gaugamela, 331 BCE. Alexander the Great leads his cavalry in a brilliant maneuver against Darius of Persia. Outnumbered more than 2-1, Alexander uses genius tactics to break the Persian lines and bring down an empire. From this battlefield, a legend is born, and Greek culture spreads across the known world. An army trapped, surrounded, and destroyed in one of the deadliest ambushes in history. The Battle of Cannae, 216 BCE. Hannibal of Carthage executes his masterstroke against Rome, encircling an army twice his size. Tens of thousands of Roman soldiers are annihilated in a single day. His double envelopment remains one of the most brilliant tactics ever used in war, studied to this very day. A single arrow changes the fate of a kingdom. The Battle of Hastings, 1066 AD. Anglo-Saxon England meets William the Conqueror and his Norman knights. On the grassy fields, shield walls clash with cavalry charges. Legend tells that King Harold falls with an arrow to the eye, and with him falls an entire era of English history. The Normans rise, reshaping language, culture, and power for centuries to come. A muddy battlefield, thousands of knights, and a weapon that rewrote the rules of war. The Battle of Agincourt, 1415. Outnumbered and exhausted, the English army faces the pride of French nobility, but the longbow rains death from afar, piercing armor and breaking the charge. Henry V leads his soldiers to a miraculous victory, proving that discipline and innovation can humble even the strongest. The end of an emperor's dream. The Battle of Waterloo, 1815. Napoleon, the man who once ruled Europe, faces his final test against the British and Prussians. Cannon smoke fills the air, cavalry charges crash into bayonet lines, and the fate of nations tremble in the mud. By sunset, Napoleon's empire is broken forever, and Europe's future is rewritten. A nation divided, its destiny hanging in the balance. The Battle of Gettysburg, 1863. For 3 brutal days, Union and Confederate forces clash in the bloodiest battle ever fought on American soil. From Pickett's desperate charge to the thunder of Union cannons, this moment marks the turning point of the Civil War. Out of the smoke rises the idea of a new birth of freedom. A city turned to rubble, a battlefield of fire and ice. The Battle of Stalingrad, 1942. Hitler's armies storm into the Soviet Union, but here they meet a resistance as fierce as the winter itself. Block by block, building by building, soldiers fight in frozen ruins. Nearly 2 million lives are lost, but at Stalingrad, the Nazi war machine breaks and the tide of World War II turns. The longest day in modern history. Normandy, 1944. Allied soldiers storm the beaches of France under relentless German fire. Machine guns sweep the sand, waves crash red with sacrifice, and yet they push forward. The beachhead is secured, and from that moment, the liberation of Europe begins. The world as we know it takes shape on those shores. The city that refused to fall, the Siege of Constantinople, 717 AD. The Umayyad Caliphate, at the height of its power, surrounds the Byzantine capital with a massive army and fleet. For a year, the city resists. Arrows rain, catapults thunder, and Greek fire burns enemy ships to ash. Against all odds, Constantinople survives, and with it, the future of Europe is preserved. These were the 10 greatest battles in history, struggles of courage, strategy, and fate that defy nations and civilizations. If you enjoyed this journey through time, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Epic Timeline Events, and ring the bell so you never miss the next epic story. History is full of battles, but the only one you need to win is the one with the subscribe button.